Hello viewers, Alexie Rugasira here at Rite TV. I'm here to present you a program, God's Wonders of the World. Most of the time we have looked at nature and wondered at how God created it in just a few days, as most of us who are Christians have seen it in the Bible. On this show, we'll be bringing you most of these wonders here on Rite TV. Rite TV is on all social media platforms. Those of you who are on YouTube, the keyword is Rite TV, and those of you who are on Facebook, the keyword is Rite TV Uganda. Please do not forget to follow and subscribe. Alexie Rugasira again, stay tuned. Hello, how are you doing? God's Wonders of the World, again with Alexie Rugasira here at Rite TV. And today on the show, we are blessed to have Mr. Vincent here with us, who will take us through the display of the museum. Thank you so much. Stay with us. I can see other...
Yes, these are the other means of transport. This was water transport majorly, and as I have mentioned, the Arab doors were used to transport, to ship the slaves to the outside world. And that kind of cross was moved by monsoon winds in the Indian Ocean. And as you come here, you can see this is land transport. You can see how people, to Chibuga, this is the thing. Then some people use the bull as a means of transport. You can see this stretcher I was talking about. This is the Muhima man, how he's carrying his byanzi or milk gods. And this is a pygmy. With a mugamba. Yes, then with the pygmy, Mutwa, Batwa people who live in forested areas of Semulike and Kisoro districts.
Thank you.
So now here, it is very, very important people to know and understand this.
Yes.
This is the ancient judicial system in Uganda, but in our societies before the coming of because they were wrongdoers, they were criminals. And for you people who are locally, they needed to know this, because before the coming of the Europeans, people were doing wrong things in the society, but there were some ancient judicial systems, the method they used to detect and to punish them. Although they were ungodly, and unlike of today of the court systems which are modern, but these ones were also in existence and which were actually practical in nature. When you look at the charms carried by criminals, they would give you, the criminals were given charms that time, and which were those crimes which were committed by those criminals. Number one was murder, raping, practice witchcraft. So the and safety.
Even that would cause punishment.
Yes, then we would crash. And the presiding judge of the time, they were they were medicine men. So the community would gang up and say, this is the one who has done this or who had done this. Then they take you to the medicine man. Then they prove you beyond doubt. We don't know whether it was factual, whether there was factual truth, or but what is important to know and understand that their punishment was real and practical. For example, among the Baganda, this was the thing for hanging. If you are a culprit, you are a criminal, and they have detected that you are the one who did the crime, then if you have murdered a person, they would kill you. Yes, they will hang you. And for the Arul in West Nile, they used this knife to behead you. Then this is the fetish of the Mangachi, the Waganda. The hanger man would put on this fetish, which was like a bead. So the belief in it that if you kill that person who has been identified as a criminal, that when you are cladding in this bead, then the spirit would not come to haunt you. But now this one is gone. We are in modernity. So from ancient judicial system or criminal justice system, so we are now in modernity. So people needed to know how these were done, whether you are a Christian or you are not. We needed to know our history. We need to know what was happening, because it is history that tells us what was happening in the past, which was wrong, and will perfect the future.
I would like to know about these arms.
These are arms.
These are the ones that were used to kill?
Yeah, these were the arms. Of course, there were no guns. The people used to protect amongst themselves with these kind of tools. Okay. They actually used to have this.
So these were like the pistols?
These were like pistol among the bagishues. These are the basoga. These are the acholis. So these were just majorly for protection and for defense mechanism. From judicial system, ancient judicial system will come with the health.
Yes.
People those days used it for sick. There were so many ailments. There were cancers. People would suffer and die from cancer. People would die from malaria and many other diseases, and which people would not know. But on traditional perspective, now the word traditional means something which was existence in the past, and up to now it still is. Which was relevant in the past, and up to now it's still relevant. Now, for them, the belief of the people of the past, of the history of the past, they used to believe that someone would fall sick, he must have done something wrong with the spiritual world. Or the ancestors, the ancestors must have abused them, had done something wrong. And if a person would fall sick, they would go to consult a witch doctor to prove what has caused the actual cause, of that sickness. Do you think the pastor people still go to the witch doctors today?
Yeah, some people still do.
Because some people have not done away with their cultures. So people would go to consult the witch doctors, and you have this one that is called, amongst the Bahutu and the Bachiga, it is called the Chikondo. So the Chikondo was used by that medicine man, the diviner. Yeah, it is a fortunate tale, I don't know how I can shape it. Then the person would go there and consult, now my son is sick, now tell us. Then he would use these cowrie shells. Then tell what exactly the cause. Whether he is advising, though, you go and slaughter the goat, you would go. Whether you would give you the medicine, then what? But the main idea there was the doctors of the time were the witch doctors, medicine men of the society. And people would go to consult them. And some would carry out the plastic surgery like this one here. When you have something which is paining, the man will apply some incisions. Some incisions is to get some sharp material. Then they place it here. Then he puts pressure in it. They were like physicists, they were like doctors. Yeah. Then the pressure starts really here. Then it scoops that bad blood. Then they put the... When I was growing up, in our society where I grew up, it was in existence, but it was discouraged discouraged because of the coming of HIV/AIDS. But people were going there, yes, to get that plastic surgery and many others. But among the Basoga, they would apply this one here. They would apply this one, and I asked some people, they said it is still eminent in their society, this black one here, to detect.
Is it a stone?
I don't know whether it is a stone, but people have a lot of things in the society. Then among the Bahima, they use it to prevent some sickness using these ones which they could put on the arms of younger children.
Are they the ones called the wash?
Yeah, I think it is. I don't know whether it is a wash. I don't know the right language. Some things I read. Yes, these are the things. This one for diagnosis, so to check type of diseases which you have in your body. So this is how it was. I don't know how you preach. You are faithfuls how to guard against this, because there were no hospitals as we have today. Like then we have today. The cancers were still imminent.
Some of them were good because it's almost the same as getting. I believe that this medicine is also good from herbs. Yeah, true. And,
the only challenge was.
But the only challenge is that these ones believed in some supernatural.
There was some supernatural belief. Yes. There were no scientific proven outcomes.
Yes. I believe there is only one God who can cure all these diseases.
Yeah, that is. But if people were dying, it does not mean that there were not cancers and other diseases, but people didn't have the material, the machines to detect them. Think about traditional architecture.
Yes.
Number to begin with, this is Kasubi tomb, and we have, and this is where the 4 kings of Uganda are buried in Kasubi. And we have this kind of hut in our cultural village outside there. Then this is hut with a platform of milk of the Ankole people, especially among the Bahima. You can see how it is designed. And it has some designs, you can see some has. It was actually for the king. When you look at that long thing, it means that it has the meaning. It had the meaning that when you are entering the king's house, you have to move like a snake. You cannot just dash it in. Just move, you have to go thoroughly. The stars sometimes shows that always the king shines like a star most of the time, according to the Banyankole. Then this one shows.
What is that behind this?
This one was just like enclosure.
Okay.
Then this is the Mukama tomb of Bunyoro, how it was, Kabalega, how they usually to bury their kings.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Vincent.
You're welcome. Keep coming. So I would advise people out there, they should come and visit the museum to study the cultures of different people and appreciate and love them. Because there is no way you can appreciate someone's without appreciating their culture, where they're coming from. So museum is here to stay. It is for study purposes. It is for leisure, because we have gardens outside there. We have even a restaurant, it is called Dibamba. So people can come and rest. And most importantly, to study about this rich content of our historical past. This is the car of Idi Amin, which was used, he used it from 71 to 79.
Okay.
It is the very Benz that was, was him. It was used by 10 presidents all over the world, especially the dictators, because it was very expensive then. This is the first car which the president used in 1986.
President
Museveni.
Okay.
It is now different from the other ones.
Yes.
It has a camera on top of it that detects.
Hello viewers, Alexie Rugasira here at Rite TV. I'm here to present to you a program, God's Wonders of the World. Most of the time we have looked at nature and wondered at how God created it in just a few days, as most of us who are Christians have seen it in the Bible. On this show, we'll be bringing you most of these wonders here on Rite TV. Rite TV is on all social media platforms. Those of you who are on YouTube, the keyword is Rite TV, and those of you who are on Facebook, the keyword is Rite TV Uganda. Please do not forget to follow and subscribe. Alexie Rugasira again. Stay tuned.